Hey, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to dive right in and talk about something huge: how to turn every single conversation you have with a customer into a real opportunity to grow your business. So let me ask you something right off the bat. What if you could actually do that? What if you had the skills to turn those one-and-done buyers into loyal, long-term clients? The kind of clients that really, truly fuel your business's growth. Because let's be real for a second, the stakes here are super high. We're not just talking about a minor annoyance. Bad communication, it has a real, actual cost to your business. Just think about it for a minute. Every single time you talk to a customer, doesn't matter if it's an email, a phone call, or you're standing right in front of them, you're at a fork in the road. One way leads to growth, and the other, well, that's just a missed opportunity. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's actually not some big, complicated secret. It all comes back to the absolute basics, the foundation of every successful relationship you have with a customer. Just clear, effective communication. And the difference in outcomes is it's night and day. You go down one path and you get one-time sales, maybe some lost trust. But you go down the other, you get repeat business, real loyalty, and people telling their friends about you. And the only thing standing between those two paths is how well you communicate. That's it. And this really gets to the heart of it all, the emotional side of things. It's not just about your product or service, it's about how you make people feel. When customers feel like you're actually listening, like they're understood and valued, why would they ever leave? Okay, so how do we actually do this? This is where the rubber meets the road. We're gonna get into the practical stuff now, the actual skills you can learn. Think of it like getting a brand new toolkit for every single customer conversation you have. And we're going to start with something that, honestly, most people overlook. This quote here, it's so powerful because it's just so true. A massive part of how we communicate, it isn't even with words. When you learn to read body language, it's almost like getting a superpower. Seriously, you can start to pick up on what your customers are really thinking and feeling. Is that a little hesitation about the price, or are they genuinely excited about a feature? It lets you respond to what they're not even saying out loud. But it goes even deeper than that. Think of it like an iceberg. The stuff you see, their actions, that's just the tiny tip. What's really going on is all the stuff below the surface. By understanding a bit of psychology, you can get a handle on those motivations, those emotions, and tailor what you say so it really, truly connects. And then, of course, there's the art of asking the right questions. This is your secret weapon for cutting through all the noise, the assumptions, the confusion. It helps you get right to the core of what your customer actually needs, so you can find the perfect solution fast. Okay, so it's one thing to have all these cool tools in your toolkit, right? But it's a whole other thing to know how to use them to build something that's gonna last. So let's talk about putting these skills into action. Listen, your communication can't just stop when you make the sale. In fact, that moment right after the purchase, it's absolutely critical. When you follow up, you're not just checking in. You're reinforcing their decision, nipping any little problems in the bud, and basically paving the way for the next sale. And look, problems are gonna pop up. It happens. But having a solid game plan is what makes all the difference. This repeat, resolve, and review process, it sounds simple, but it is so incredibly effective. It turns a potential disaster into a moment that actually builds loyalty. First, you just repeat the issue back to them so they know you heard them. Then you resolve it and explain exactly what you're doing. And finally, you review it with them to make 100% sure they're happy. So here's the key takeaway on this. The best communication isn't just about reacting to problems. It's about being proactive. By staying in touch, you can actually get ahead of what your customers are going to need next. You can even suggest solutions before they've even realized they have a problem. You know the saying, out of sight, out of mind, right? It's so true. Something as simple as a newsletter or even just a quick check-in email can make all the difference. It makes sure that when they need your kind of service again, you're the first name that pops into their head, not one of your competitors. All right, let's pull all of this together. So what does this all mean for you? When you master these skills, what are you actually going to be able to do that you couldn't do before? Well, here's the bottom line. You're going to be able to spot exactly what makes communication work or not work. You'll know how to use the right approach for every channel, whether it's an email or face-to-face meeting. And this part is so important. You'll know for sure that your message actually landed, that they got it. Ultimately, this is what it all comes down to.
You'll start to see every single customer interaction not as just another task on your to-do list, but as a genuine chance to build value, to make a relationship stronger, and to grow your business from the ground up. So I'll just leave you with this one last thing to think about. Take a second and really consider your own customer conversations. Is your communication an asset, something that's actively building your business up? Or could it be the one thing that's actually holding you back from where you're meant to be?